Really proud of our team, just continued to fight and grind when things weren't going their way and, found a way to win. Again, had a big fourth quarter. I thought responded well to taking away what they were doing so well. Got made 9 threes in the first half and only 1 in the second. And just, I think, understood the urgency to get to people and do a better job defending to give themselves a chance. We got to get stops and just had multiple people step up and make huge plays. And, we've got 4 in double figures, and, again, just did a great job, got more second chance points than we typically do, and we knew that was going to be important for us in this game.
All right. Second straight game, y'all have kind of dominated in the fourth quarter, been able to get a big Big 12 win. What's kind of clicking right in the fourth quarter, and what's kind of this team's mental aspect that allows it to y'all just to pull through when it matters?
I think a sense of urgency. I mean, we've done situations that I think have helped a lot. We've done 4-minute games where we're down by 6, down by 8, and I think those really have came into play, just like today.
All right. On that layup, when you went down there and you screamed out, what was that? What was that feeling of emotion with there?
No, I'm just happy I made a layup. Yeah, I struggle with those a little bit.
And that three-pointer, what the heck?
I know. It's just like, I've been working on it in practice, and my teammates in practice have been like passing me the ball to shoot my 3, and they've been telling me to have confidence in myself. Everybody keeps telling me, just keep shooting, you'll get it, and practice came into play.
What were any of y'all thinking when you saw that thing bounce up high and then fall back in?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
I was like,
I did too. She's 100% in practice, so it has to go.
Brittany, talk about the consistency that you've been starting to come through and again being able to be a dominant force, getting the boards, and being a player that this team can depend on.
Well, I definitely want to be a player that we can depend on. In the preseason, I wasn't so much that, and my teammates and coaches just push me, and even when I have a good game, they keep pushing me in practice and help me get better after practice, stuff like that. So, yeah.
Yet another double for Brittany. Ladies, what do you have to? I mean, what can you? First double. So what do you have to say on?
I'm just proud.
Brittany's very humble,
Yeah.
so she's not going to tell y'all what she does. I mean, she works all the time. She's mature. She takes criticism, probably the best player I've ever seen take criticism from any of her players. She doesn't talk back. She just has a sense of maturity about her that's beyond her years, so she deserves everything that she's getting.
So, I mean, I think there's always maybe a shot here and there that, maybe we could have been a little more patient, but I think for the most part we executed better in the second and, looked more at, how they were guarding and attacked a little bit better. I thought we got to the line more, got to the paint more, and finished at the rim pretty well.
You guys remaining undefeated at home. What is it about the USA that just lets these girls be able to play so well?
It's always so nice to be at home, and we're so appreciative of the fan base we have and their loyalty and their energy. And the last 2 games, I feel like it feels good. It feels like the atmosphere that we should have that really helps us to win in the fourth quarter. You can feel that behind you, and we want to continue to grow our fan base and continue to get people in this community excited about these young women because they're great kids and they play hard and they're talented. They're fun to watch. I enjoy watching them, so hopefully we'll continue to grow it.
I know I asked the girls this, but would you call their answer to what your halftime message was accurate?
It's just you just don't want to let these opportunities slip by, and we're at home. We get 9 home games in this league, and it is tough to go on the road, and so you can't not play, not show up, not go after it as hard as you can when you are at home, and you just don't have enough opportunities. So, my message was you can't let this one slip. You got to get going. We need everybody involved. We need everybody, playing harder and playing like we know we can. Versus, I just didn't think we boarded it well. I thought Brittany boarded it well in the first half, but I didn't think anyone else really did and played with the energy and the fire that we needed to. And when we were still in the game, I didn't think we played well and we were still in the game.
Talk about the discipline your team has had during the Texas game. You had a lot of personal fouls, but in these
Why you
last
keep bringing
couple,
up the Texas game?
well, I'm just you've got the extremes. You got the extremes, coach, with only 9 fouls and then being aggressive enough to get the 19 personal fouls against Iowa State and to be able to go to the free throw line.
I don't know if it's just we're in sync more than we were at Texas. We were completely out of sync in that game and on both ends of the floor, and the game was happening at us. At Texas, and I think when that happens, you probably foul more. You're late to everything. You're not executing well. But when you're in sync and you're playing the game, I think you see us be smart. Play without fouling, and it's definitely an emphasis for us in practice.
What do you see with this team and their fourth quarter mentality? Obviously, it's like the light just goes on the last 2 games. What have you seen in practice, or what have you seen that we don't see maybe behind the scenes that shows what this team kind of is all about and allows them to be this in the fourth quarter?
I think we have quite a few that are gamers, as far as Mercedes is someone who wants the ball, game's on the line, I'm going to go make a play. There's just no fear there, and I think our team has really fed off of her in the fourth quarter. You saw Laren like that. I think that helps guide Brittany and our young players. Arella's like that. They've played a lot of games. I think they're ready to go, and as long as I think we're in striking distance, I think this team thinks they can go finish a game.
How key was Dio Olubode, especially from an energy standpoint today in the second half? She
was unbelievable for us. Just a spark off the bench, huge rebounds, huge offensive rebound putbacks and ones, and then the 3. For her to make back-to-back fourth quarter clutch 3s for us last game and this game, I think is going to boost her confidence that much more. And in our team now, really, I think, everyone now has more confidence when you can step up and hit a shot in a crucial time.
Talk about the bench as a whole, 26 points.
Good to see, we, again, a lot of that's, Dio and Laren coming off the bench and giving us some great baskets. Grayson came in and gave us great energy in the first half and, scored 5 really quick points and I thought was aggressive and did some nice things. And, we've got to have as much of a balanced attack as possible. We've got to have multiple people score the ball, and I think every Big 12 team does. I mean, you look across the board, and typically you have 4 people in double figures, and you're not going to win if you don't.
Kind of going on top of that too, how have you seen the bench progress from the beginning of the season to now?
Yeah, I think confidence. I think understanding their roles, accepting their roles, and then playing their roles to their best ability, and I feel like that's where we're at.
Resiliency in this team, can that be coached, or is that something you have to, when you're recruiting, you find those players who are the gamers or who just have the mentality to do whatever it is to win?
I think the mentality, I want the ball, is something that's hard to coach because it's a little bit of your personality. But I think, handling adversity is something we all have to learn in our lives, and I think that's something that can be taught, and it's something that you experience and you learn from, and this team continues to navigate, and they will. This conference is tough. They're going to have adversity maybe every night, throughout games and from week to week that they're going to have to handle.